Hi guys, so I'm back again with another video like I said I'd be. Lip gloss on my retainer, sis, not key. Anyways, I just wanted to say I just wanted to say a warm thank you to everybody that watched my last video and that welcomed me back here to YouTube and welcomed me back to every social media platform that I'm on. But yeah, you guys have been sharing your stories with me, and while I was filming, I'm sure I'm going to add in where I was crying, but you guys have just been sharing your stories and like telling me how proud you are of me, and just, I don't know, like just being so nice to me, and it just feels so good. I've been crying a lot these past few days, but they've turned into happy tears instead of, sis, get your life together. They've turned into happy tears instead of me crying because I'm sad. I'm not saying I don't get sad still, because I do, like I'm human, but you guys are really helping me as well as my family. I just, thank you. Thank you. So today is the look. I filmed the look that I had on in my last video because a lot of you guys asked me to do it since you guys missed my Snapchat tutorial. So here it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it. Before I do get in my zone and completely stop talking, I just want to show y'all this toning spray and then this serum from Pur Cosmetics that I've been using. I actually just got this in PR in the mail yesterday, and I literally freaked out because she sent me this, a huge serum, and a whole bunch of other goodies. But this serum I've been using for months, and that's really been helping clear up my scarring. I don't know if you guys could notice, but I had a whole bunch of breakouts for whatever reason when I lived here the first time before I moved out, and I don't know, this has really been helping zap them out. So my skin is popping right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna spray my face with this first because my face is already clean. And this literally smells like Fruit Loops. It smells so good. So refreshing. It's hot in this room, so that cold spray feels good. And then after that, I'm just gonna follow up with this and massage it into my skin, and then I let it soak into my skin a little bit, and then I'll start on my face. Okay? Let's really go.
Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and start massaging this into my skin. Try not to use a lot of pressure, even though it kind of looks like I am. My face gets really red easily, but don't be too rough on your face. Okay, so now I'm going to start on my brows, and I've found that using a powder just works better with this hair color. Usually I use dip brow, and it's just been too dramatic for me. So I'm just going to take this Makeup Jack brush, and I'm going to spray it with Fix Plus after I put some powder on it. And I'm just going to fill in my eyebrows with it. Spraying Fix Plus kind of just makes the color a little bit more pigmented, and it makes it stick to my hairs without it kind of falling out. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Oh, and another warning is you're gonna notice that I'm literally lip singing the entire time because I was listening to music, so I'm sorry if that's gonna bother you. You might want to just stop now because it's literally the entire time. Okay. Okay, so now after I finish filling in my eyebrows, I'm just going to clean them up with that same brush. I did wipe that brush off to make sure there was no brown powder in it. But yeah, this is just honestly you can use any concealer, but I prefer this one just because it's light enough for me and I like the coverage. But I'm also going to use this to prime my eyelids, and I'm going to blend that out with a mini beauty blender, and then I'm going to go back in and set that with some powder. So now I'm going to take the 35B palette from Morphe in that first light green shade, and I'm just going to place that in my crease with a big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to keep blending that out. I know a lot of you guys always ask me how I blend so well, but honestly it really is just you going back and forth and making sure everything is buffed out. As you notice, I do use circular motions like I mentioned in my how to blend video. So yeah, keep doing that until everything looks like you want it to look. Sorry, my dad walked in the room. But yeah, I'm just taking a smaller blending brush now and focusing that color more in my outer corner and up into the crease. I'm blending that into the lighter green color. But yeah, make sure you're not taking that color too high up because it can get kind of muddy really fast. Okay, so now I'm just going back in with the brush that we started off with, and the brush doesn't have any extra product on it, but I also didn't wipe it off. So it has like a slight green tint to it, but it's not a lot. But now I'm going to go back in and add some more green just to kind of blend everything together and make sure everything's as pigmented as I like. And then I'm going to go in with Siren from Star Crush Minerals and a Makeup Shack. That is not a Makeup Shack brush. That is definitely a MAC 217. Wow, Taylor. Anyways, I'm going to take that and I'm going to place it in my outer corner. And I always get a lot of questions on fallout with these eyeshadows, and yes, they do have fallout like most eyeshadows do, but if you make sure you tap off the excess, it's pretty good and it's pretty manageable, but I do like to do my eyes first. Okay, so I'm just going to keep blending and make sure that I like everything and make sure everything is seamless looking. As you can see, I am taking that green color all the way in to the inner portion of my lid, but when it comes to the darker blue, I am going to focus that more on the outer corner. I'm not really going to bring that all the way in, and then when I do get to the black, I'm just going to keep that all the way in my outer corner. Okay, so now I'm just going to take Black Moon from Colored Raine with that same brush, and I'm going to layer that on top of Siren, but kind of make sure that Siren can still peek through a little bit. But yeah, like I told you guys, I'm going to focus that black more in the outer corner just to keep it more dramatic. As you can see, I am blending it towards the inner portion of my eye, but I'm not taking any black eyeshadow and like purposely putting it in there. I'm just making sure everything is nice and blended. Okay, so now I'm going to take a smaller, more tapered brush and I'm going to pack on some black some more, just because it wasn't dark enough for me. But yeah, with this brush, it's a little bit skinnier and more tapered, so I can bring it into my crease without making the entire look black. But yeah, I'm just going to keep blending until I get it the way I want. Okay, so now I'm going to take concealer and a flat brush and I'm going to start to cut my crease. Honestly, you can use any concealer, but I do like this Makeup Forever one because it's kind of thin, so it's not like I'm adding a whole bunch of product on top of my eyelid since I did already set it. But yes, this is just going to carve out my crease and make a nice little canvas for the pretty eyeshadow that I'm going to put on top of it. And the further I get out to that color, the lighter the hand I try to use because I don't want that much product out there. And as you can see, I am taking my finger and trying to blend that together, obviously because I don't want any harsh lines. So yeah, before you set that, make sure you blend out any harsh lines that there might be, and then you can go in and set that with either just straight eyeshadow, or you can do like I do and set it with translucent powder first. So now I'm going to take this beautiful eyeshadow palette that I received from Pur Cosmetics, and I'm going to take those two colors and place them on my lid. These colors are so pretty and so reflective. I do find that they look a lot better when you spray your brush with Fix Plus first. But now I'm just going back in and adding more black because we know I'm extremely extra. So I'm just going to keep switching those two brushes and going back and forth and blending the silver into the black and then the black into the silver until it looks the way I want it to. I'm so annoying. Beyonce just makes me feel some kind of way at all times. Sorry if my eyes are red. I know you guys know you've been snapping me ever since I posted my last video. And everybody's just been... Everybody's been sharing. I'm so annoying. I hate crying. On camera rather. Everybody's just been sharing their stories with me and telling me that they're proud of me. But y'all's stories are really hitting home. Y'all have been going through so much, and for y'all to look at me and tell me you're proud of me, like, y'all are so strong and you're all so beautiful. And I just want to say thank you again for hanging in there with me. I swear after this video I'm done crying for good. But Hannah just shared her story with me and it made me cry. And my eyes are red now from crying, so I didn't want y'all to think that, because my camera was off, I was letting my camera cool down and I didn't want to come back to the camera and y'all be like, why are her eyes red? What happened? And telling you guys, it just makes me cry again. But
I'm about to wipe these tears and we're gonna keep going. But Hannah, I love you. I love all of you guys. But thank you guys for sharing your stories with me and feeling comfortable enough to share your stories with me, because I love you and I love talking to you guys. Okay, let's get back into the Let's get back into the tutorial. This is a perfect song to come back to after crying.
Okay, so now I'm gonna spray my face with Fix Plus, and honestly I don't really use any kind of primer. I do moisturize my skin, but I'm not gonna go in with a primer. I'm just gonna put my foundation right on top of it. I'm gonna also moisturize my skin with a little bit of oil. Okay, so this is so random, but in my live yesterday you guys told me that you use eyeshadow primer to help with your smile lines, and I found an eyeshadow primer that wet and well with me. I've never really used eyeshadow primer before. I've actually never used eyeshadow primer. I've always just used concealer, but yeah, this kind of has a color to it. I'm gonna place this here anyway. See if it works, I guess. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. That trick definitely worked. To update you guys, in this video I packed on a lot of foundation, and no matter how much foundation I put on, at the end, by the time I got ready to wipe my makeup off, my smile lines, even though they were slightly creasing, they didn't crease nearly as bad as they usually do. So yeah, I'm definitely going to keep doing that eyeshadow primer trick. Okay, so here I am just taking a Makeup Shack brush and mixing a cream foundation with more of a runny liquidy foundation, and I'm applying that all over my face. Okay, so now I'm taking that same Kat Von D concealer in Light Warm 7 up under my eyes to highlight and conceal at the same time. And you guys know I'm a concealer junkie, so I'm about to pack it on. So I started off with a smaller beauty blender trying to blend this out underneath my eye, but it was just too small. It was getting on my nerves, so I switched it out for the larger one. But yeah, they're both damp, and they were freshly washed with a Pur Cosmetics soap. It's the Gold Wing soap, and y'all, when I tell you, it literally took every ounce of foundation out. That beauty blender was basically nude looking before and not light pink, and now you can see that it was light pink because I used that soap to wash it out. So yeah, I'm just going in with more concealer because I'm crazy, and I'm going to keep blending that out, and then I'm going to set it with Laura Mercier powder. Before you go back in and set your under eye, just try to make sure that you go in and blend out your concealer one more time to make sure there's no creases, because if you don't and you set those creases with that powder, they're just going to stay there and they're not going to move. So yeah, I'm kind of just pressing that powder into my under eye. It's not really baking, I guess, because I don't really let it sit there, and I try not to put too much powder on. But yeah, here you're just seeing me blend out my smile line some more, and for this one, yeah, I'm definitely gonna bake it. I put a ton of powder on my smile lines because I hate when they crease. In my original look, I did use the navy liner from Jouer Cosmetics instead of this black one, but of course when I got ready to film I couldn't find it, so I used this black one instead. But you guys are always asking me what my favorite eyeliner is for my waterline, and it is most definitely Jouer. They're so creamy and they stay so well. But now you're just seeing me blend this out with nothing on that brush. That is just solely black eyeliner being buffed out, and then I'm going to go back in and pop some pink on my lower lash line. Okay, so now I'm just going to take these two pink shades and I'm going to add them on my lower lash line. I'm going to start blending them out with this pencil brush just to make sure the color is concentrated where I want it to be. And then I'll go back with a larger blending brush and buff it out and then add more color to make it more intense. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my favorite face powder at the moment. I received this in the mail from Pur Cosmetics a little while ago, and I really enjoy this powder. So yeah, I'm just setting my face with a Makeup Shack brush, and then I'm going to go back in with Hoola bronzer and start to warm up my face. I'm extremely pale right now, even though I feel like I was so tan in Chicago. I feel like maybe I just went in a shell or something because I look so pale. But yeah, I'm just bronzing up my face, bronzing up my forehead, my cheeks, my neck, all that good stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with one of my favorite blushes at the moment. I actually didn't think I was going to like this when I got it in the mail because of the packaging, and then I opened it and literally I was like, okay, wow, Benefit, you did that. So yeah, I'm so grateful that they sent it to me because it's one of my favorites right now. But yeah, it's like a really perfect peachy pink kind of blush. Okay, so now I'm going in with Diamonds and Pearls from Star Crushed Minerals, and I'm sure you guys already know, but if you don't know, you can save 50% off the entire website with my code Taylor. So yeah, I'm going to take this Sigma brush, and I'm going to place that Too Faced glitter glue down first, just to make sure that eyeshadow catches on, and it stands out really well. But then I'm going to go in with Diamonds and Pearls, and y'all, this highlighter is everything. Absolutely everything. And then I'm going to follow up with this glitter just because it kind of has the same kind of reflex that that highlighter does, and it's making that eyeshadow pop even more. So who doesn't want to be extra? I do. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to go back in with some lash glue, and then I'm going to start to glue on these little rhinestones. And if you're wondering about the rhinestones, I'm pretty sure they're from Michael's. I didn't purchase these for this look, I just found them in my craft box, so I'm pretty sure I bought them for scrapbooking a couple years ago. So yeah, I'm sure they're probably really cheap, so you can go snag them. Okay, so now I'm going to take Pink Heart from the Moonchild Glow Kit, and I'm going to apply that to the tops of my cheekbones. Obviously there's pink on my lower lash line, so I kind of wanted to pair a highlight to go with it. But that wasn't bright enough for me, so I'm going to go back in with Forever Lit and Kitty Cat from the Nicole Guerrero kit, which I absolutely love, y'all. This might be one of my favorite glow kits out of all of them. It's just so pretty. Like, all of the colors just look so good on me. That sounded so conceited. But yeah, I love this glow kit. Okay, so now I'm just going to line my top lash line. I'm not going to do a wing or anything. I'm just going to go all the way into that black shadow and kind of blend it out. But yeah, once I do that, I'm going to follow up with these absolute New York liners, and I'm going to put them right where I cut my crease just to add some more dimension, add a little more color to the look, just because it wasn't enough for me. So yeah. Even though I love absolutely all of the colors that they offer for these liners, I will say that they do flake a little bit. That was the only frustrating thing, is that I felt like they were starting to kind of peel up, but the colors are absolutely gorgeous, and the applicators are pretty easy to work with.
I'm going to talk for 2 seconds just because I want you guys to know how important this is. These lashes are my absolute fave right now, even though they look trifling because they're stuck together. But these are Girls Night Out from Makeup Shack, and if you don't know, I do have a code with Makeup Shack. My code is Taylor, and it saves you 20%. But these lashes are everything. They're really flirty. They're extremely dramatic for my eye shape, and I don't know, I really like them. So I'm going to pop them on and show you guys how bomb they are.
Okay, so I don't remember the name of this gloss on hand, but this was from the Nutcracker collection from their holiday collection, so I don't think it's available anymore, but I could be lying to you guys. So yeah, it's from MAC. I'm just showing you guys my look before I go tackle this wig because it needs to be done. But yeah, that hair sale is still going on with Royalty Beauty Bar, so I'm going to link it down below so you guys can go get your wigs in your bundles. But yeah, this is the finished look.
Okay, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and since my comments are going to be on this time, you guys can leave whatever comment you want, honestly. But if you have any requests on what you want to see next, I am going to do a skincare routine soon and an updated favorite brushes video. So yeah, oh, as well as my favorite Star Crush mineral products. So yeah, and if anybody's wondering why I stutter so much on here, it's these retainers. They make it so hard for me to talk. I like skip over my words. But anyways, yeah. Oh, if any of you guys live in Dallas, I will be in Dallas next weekend. I don't know exactly where, but if you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram or Twitter, I will update you guys. So I want to meet all of you Dallas babies and hug you and squeeze you, as well as my cousin Jordan. I know you guys have been seeing my cousin Jordan on my FaceTime while I get on Instagram Live, and like I've been posting her on my Snapchat and tweeting her. She's absolutely amazing. She is so talented. I'm going to leave her Instagram name down below as well as her Twitter name. Ugh. And you guys can go follow her if you don't already. But yeah, I love you guys, and I will see my little stinky butts in my next video. Bye!